There has been quite an interesting trend in the last few years in hospitality M&A, and that is the split between OpCo and PropCo. A couple of great examples drew us in, where the real estate was sold to Pandox and the operating company was sold to Fatal, and of course Principal Hotels, where the real estate company was sold, to Foncier des Murs, and the OpCo to IHG, who intend to reflag those hotels Kimpton. Now, both of those companies were owned by one private equity company, who then decided to split it up. And the reason why they decided to do that is because that's the way they optimize the value of those assets. And following on from that, what's been quite interesting is there's been more and more capital going into operating companies. So the whole trend is sort of arising because there's a more and more understanding in the financial markets, in other words, with the providers of capital, that operating companies are good investments of and by themselves, right? And have a different dynamic to the real estate side. The operating dynamics of the alternative sectors are very attractive. Now, professional capital has really started to get interested in it because there's been some very high-profile transactions involving private equity companies and professional investors generally who've successfully been able to invest and exit. I mean, the classic example in the hostel world, of course, was Generator. A Patron Capital invested sort of 8 years ago and sold it successfully a couple of years ago. When professional investors start investing and making money, that's when other professional investors start to get interested. And now we're seeing, for example, in the hostel world, there's been a couple of big M&A transactions in the last couple of years. TPG acquiring A&O and Queensgate acquiring Generator. And of course, in the apart hotel world, we had Huaki, which is a Thai family office, investing in SciCas. Stay City's been very successful at raising money and supporting their growth. We are seeing quite a lot of cross-border M&A and interest in cross-border M&A. The pound is low in the UK, so some of it's coming into the UK, but not all of it. And that's an interesting trend. I think it's a function of the fact that you've got some pretty successful hospitality companies, but hospitality is necessarily starts out in one area, in one country, and the brand is developed and then it may be exported outside of that country. I think that's probably driving the cross-border M&A we're seeing.